Hi, welcome to a third episode of Baby Narc. I'm on a roll today. Something that I have noticed about Brian is his slow response time with, even in, physical, proximity conversation, when we're together, but also, obviously texting. And, he has such a slow response time. It's crazy. And, a lot of it, because of his narcissism, he's, off in his own world, his own thoughts, or if we are in person, he's speaking over me, or he'll be fidgeting with something, either his phone or his guitar or his musical equipment or a cigarette or a lighter or the dog or, a million things. So, his, he's not even, paying attention to me. So, a lot of that's going on. And then, of course, if we're not in person and we're texting or sending, videos or not video chat, because that's a little bit more live action, but, whatever. He's probably doing the same thing. He's probably fiddling around with 8 million things and talking to other people and getting supply and messing around with, his doggy and his mom and this and that and a million things instead of paying attention to the conversation at hand. So, a lot of it is that. And then of course, he doesn't care. He's only having a narcissist conversations are basically masturbation. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, they're just using the person that they're engaging with as a sounding board for their own thoughts. Like, you know, even if we're talking about something that he wants to talk about, he still dominates it. It's so crazy. It's just like my father. We'll get into that one day. But I always accuse him, both to him and in my own mind, that, he doesn't pay attention to me. He doesn't give a shit about anything I have to say, which is true. But he will surprise me with a response to something that I've said after a bit of time has passed. Maybe a few minutes, and it'll be within that conversation where a few minutes seems like a long time. Like if you were talking with a regular person, they would have already responded. Or he'll even wait a couple of hours or days and then text me back or call me back and say, hey, that thing that you said, blah, 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 blah. And it struck me funny that I think I think that it's not just the narcissism of them being like, oh, the whole world is about me and why are you even talking to me, kind of thing, although it's some of that. But I think mentally there's just such a disconnect. And I think that it takes them a while to process something that we've said. And I mean, I know I'm kind of saying, well, it's because they're not paying attention or they don't care anyway or whatever. But I think it's something else. I think that it really is something with this disorder that gives them a slow response time. It's like weird. Like they just don't grasp what's happening at the moment, the conversation at the moment. It could be anything. You could be talking about the weather, you should be talking about life, whatever. But they just can't grasp immediately like normal people can with something that's being talked about at the moment. Yeah, it's weird. It is. I've thought about that for a long time, but I couldn't quite articulate that. And then, of course, I kept talking myself out of it. I was like, well, he's just a fucking narcissist. He wasn't even listening to me anyway. He didn't even care. But then, if he doesn't care at all, then why ever bring it up? And he will. And he'll even be being nice. Nice. And he'll be like, that thing that you said, what? Like you can tell that all of a sudden it like hit him, and where he's like, now all of a sudden he's thinking about it. He's like, wait, what? So I don't know. Does your narc do that too? Is that like a thing? So I don't know. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Okay, bye.